don't let your results own you. There's nothing more than that just to say. I mean, don't become a slave to your results. Become a slave to the experience, because that is the result. That's the result that you should be focused on. I was recently thinking about how, like, in school, how my for the majority of middle school leading up all the way to high school, I had received nothing but A's, A's and B's, A B honor roll. I have a bunch of like little medals from middle school and certificates. I mean, I might. No, I'm not gonna do it. They're over there in the closet. Excuse me. Um, but I had so many of those, and then seeing how the final years of high school, I wasn't called in by my guidance counselor to hear anything about colleges or any of that. Like none of that was talked to me about. You know, I was only like a few points behind the valedictorian and salutatorian, who I had classes with one of with the valedictorian. So it's like, at what point does it really even matter how much I what at what point did the A's and B's really matter? And that's not something saying that I did a lot of work, because I didn't. Admit it. I even said this leading up to the days of graduation, that I this is the one year I didn't put any effort into anything, and I still passed with A's and B's, and it made me really think about something later on. It really made me really think about this, in comparison to like work too, because it doesn't matter in none of the work experience that I've had, it never mattered necessarily how well or bad I did the job, is because at the end of the day, we closed down, cleaned up, and then we went home, and then we did it again the next day. And it made me really realize that the things that I was taking home weren't necessarily the grade. It wasn't the quote unquote experience of the work itself, but it was really the the journey, the path. I mean, yeah, it was the experience. That was the right way of saying it. It wasn't the paycheck, is what I meant to say, but it was really just the experience of just doing it, and that was really the result. That was really the reward of it all. Because whenever I was, in high school, and I was talking with more people than ever. In the senior year, I was establishing bonds and connections that since have like fled, but I enjoyed my time. I had so much fun, and then to that extent, those experiences are what helped shape me to be who I am today. Same thing with work. I mean, the paycheck was always consistent, and then the work itself changed because of my result, because of the relationship that I had with the coworkers I have. You know, it would nothing to do with the result of it, and whether or not how I was being received or perceived by others didn't change anything for me. And I'm not necessarily saying that how other people see you doesn't matter. I think it's you should go by case basis. It definitely depends on what you're doing, but to the extent that you should let it own you is what I'm saying. You should shift. You should change. It that plus what their grading or what their feelings are towards you. Because at the end of the day, nobody can change you from who you are. Nobody can make you who you want to be. You have to do it. And the only way that you can really do it is by understanding and knowing yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Nobody can change you, because nobody can change you into the person that you want to be. You have to do it. And the only way you can do that is by knowing yourself. And that's really true. Whenever you start doing things and genuinely thinking in terms of how this benefits or how this harms you, your life really shifts for the better. It's essentially like I said in the last video, where when you stop looking for and stop thinking and looking for money, instead look for ways in which you can serve or opportunities that leads to money, that's how you grow your profits. And I was telling a friend this earlier today. Sorry, I got a burp. Excuse me. And he got it immediately. I'm really happy about that too, because I was telling him, I was like, whenever you are serving others, what is the thing that happens in exchange? I mean, we are a culture of trade. You know, we are a people of trade, especially like civilization is built off trade and bartering and exchanges. So whenever you do anything for another person, you're going to receive something, regardless of whether or not it's what you view as rewarding or um good or bad. if you go out and help somebody, I know I'm going on with this a little too long, but I think it's important to really understand it. When you go out and help somebody cross the street, you might not receive $5, or you might not receive $1 or anything like that. You might not even receive a business connection, but instead, what you receive is a positive influence. Somebody over there sees that, and now they view you as a good person. That person shows their appreciation. They say thank you for helping me cross the street, and in that turn, whether or not you um are able to realize it or needed to realize it or not, that refines that you are a good person, or that you are a person that is selfless in that moment. And to the extent that you're willing to realize that, or have realized that, that then boosts your ability to conversate and talk to other people. It makes you feel as if you have the audacity, or that you belong within society because you are societally good. People, you did a good act. Same thing when you do anything for, like, mow your neighbor's yard. They might bring you over a dish. They might mow your yard. They might let you borrow something of theirs. You build this level of connection. So when acting out of service, you end up opening doors that will lead to you opening more doors. And more doors equal more opportunities. And more opportunities mean more paths, more events, more excitement, you know. But back sorry. Back to the main topic of this video. Um really view establish a core sense of self, and and these past videos have all been about this because it's really important. I really do think it's important for you to really have a strong sense of who you are, and then how life is helping you do that, how life is helping make you realize, or letting you realize who you are and what you like, and then going into that, feeding more into that. I think the most beautiful thing is a person that has a deep sense of self, or is on the journey of a deep sense of self. Nonchalant people are not just nonchalant because they fit a role, but they're nonchalant because they know that the experiences that they're experiencing are doing nothing but helping them realize who they are. Or not even necessarily, you don't even necessarily, because I know for some people, they think it is like this whole task thing. There's like something that you have to actively do. It's more of a passive thing, or acknowledgement. Because I mean, within this past year, I've been doing something that I haven't done since I was in like elementary, middle school. And it sounds weird that like an elementary, middle schooler was doing, but I've really been having deep thought sessions where wherever I am, doesn't matter. I sit down. Well, I don't sit down, but if I'm working, I'm working. If I'm like in the house, I'm laying down, or like I'm sitting down on the floor, and I'm just thinking about something. This is a topic, and I'm keep going and bouncing back and over and over and over and over again. And I like doing that. But I'm not doing that because people would call it, because when people ask me what I'm thinking about and I go on these tangents, this I'm not doing that because it makes me seem like I'm intelligent. I'm encouraged to do it because it makes me seem like I'm intelligent. But to the extent in which that encouragement is hitting me, it's not that I'm doing it because of it. It doesn't influence me necessarily to keep doing it because, oh, this person thinks I'm smart. It's like, no, I enjoy doing this, and it's beneficial to me because I'm able to process things better. I'm able to not take things to heart. And I know that, like, it's a sorry. I know that's a bit like a bit of a ramble, but hopefully as you're understanding what I'm saying is that do live your life in a way that experiences and the things that you are doing aren't necessarily holding you down when they do not directly or spirit not hold on, let me think about this because I was just operating off vibes right there. um Try to live a life in which the things that you are doing are for you, for what you want it to do, for the enjoyment of yourself. I know in life there's a lot of situations where we feel as if we have responsibilities and people are dependent upon us, and yeah, we can't change those elements, or at least not a lot of us are willing to change those elements, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you should or shouldn't. But to the extent that you are able to have moments where you can do the things that you want to do them, and do them because you want to do them, not because they make you look better in someone else's eyes, you know? Because that's just going to come with it. But whenever you focus on that, similar to what the money concept I just gave before, it's only going to harm you. It's only going to slow you down because you lose the ability to see the other opportunities and doors that being you gives you. So yeah. Dang, sorry. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I think it's going to, maybe I'm going to title it "Be You" because I talked more about that than the initial topic. Actually, that was the initial topic. Yeah. So yeah. See ya.